Santa. It's early. Oh, I don't like waking up this early. The only thing I wake up this early for is turkeys or geese in early season. Well, it's pretty much early season. It's mid-September. Getting ready to go try our new traffic spot. Just got the alfalfa out, so we're going to hit her up today. Put both trailers out, all of our fully flocked Dakotas, and make it look like that's where the party's at. It's pretty on the river here. Finally got a little cold snap last night. See what happens. Hopefully we get a few hunts out of this field, run traffic, try to get some footage for you guys, try to film what we can. The lighting's not going to be the best. Sun's pretty much going to be in our eyes the way we have to sit, but it's by the highway. We got to shoot away from the highway, obviously, and the way the wind's blowing. It's not the ideal setup. It's not the perfect traffic spot, but geez, what's that guy doing out here this early? But we'll give it a shot. I think we'll kill some. Hopefully we get a few hunts out of it and we can make some good footage out of it. I don't know, come up with something. 2020 is already starting out to be a weird year. Warm weather. Cray cray. Hopefully we can get some migrators today. But if not, there's enough other birds flying around. Hopefully we can pull some in. Should be good. I hope. Cut him up. Nice. Kill him, guys. Get him. Kill him. No waistband on right there. Kill him. Better kill him, guys. Sit. Boy, that's... Kill him, Mike. Kill him up front. Nice shot.
Go take this one right here.
Kill him. That'away, boys. That's how you clean up a flock right there now.
Shit. Nice shooting.
That was as good as they were going to get.
Good, kid. Good. Heel.
Some of them are pretty big ones.
Oh, they're big.
Right here.
Hold. Hold. Back. Woo.
Good work. Right here.
There, right? There's no next to that one too yet?
Good boy.
There's a couple over here.
That go down?
Yeah.
Got it in the corn. I thought he was going to smoke a tree and
Everybody keep your heads down. Just let that one sit. Let these ones come out front. Let's just let them sit. There's too many.
Are they already sitting now?
Yeah, there's just going to be too many of them. I want to take a chance.
There's 2 people to shoot.
Plus these 2 low ones out front. Or the 4. On these 4 out front. Kill them 4 out front.
Put that last one. Going in the trees.
Keep a mark on them. Them 2. Kill them 2.
Kill him 2.
Back.
I literally pulled the trigger and all I saw was the sun.
Fetcher! Get him. Sit. Get him. Good job, boys. That's a limit. Well, we're just finishing up our hunt here in Wisconsin. A little traffic hunt. Try to give you guys a few tips, but this is our field, the only field we have in the area really that's good for running traffic, getting between the birds, flying around. There's a lot of birds in this area, always is, but there's only a few fields we can hunt, and when we do hunt, we try to pick the best field, some good visibility for our decoys, and when we set up, we try to set up in the right spot for the field. Always try to pick a high spot where the birds are going to land, and of course, picking out cover. But as you guys know, I've covered tips like this before. Running traffic, pulling birds, you got to be visible, and the first thing for visibility is to have a flag. Now, we all were running flags, and we can have a flag close in the A-frames themselves, but I like using this. You can use any kind of an old cane pole. It's been around for years and years. Guys in Southern Illinois used to use this all the time. They run 2 or 3 flags on these. As soon as you see the birds, you just throw it up, and it gets their attention. I mean, it might not look the best up close, but far away, you look at it from far away, and it just looks like movement. It looks like birds landed. So we use this as soon as we see the birds, and then once they get closer, you can kind of flip it up and keep it lower, and then we use the X-flappers. Once the birds get close and they can actually see our decoys, then we use the X-flappers to look real and to get the motion out there in the center. So first thing with hunting traffic is you got to be visible, they got to see you, and that includes your decoys. So we pick a field like this. This is an alfalfa field. It's had its last cut, so it's as low as it's going to get, and we put out, how many decoys do you think we got out, Pete? Like 30 dozen probably? 25, 30 dozen, all Dakota, fully flocked. Try to make it look impressive. You're trying to pull the birds to you. There's never been a bird in this field, not all year, never. It's kind of a smaller field. It's not the best field for them to get in and out of, but we put out a bunch of decoys. We're visible. You can see right out here behind us, there's a little bit of a knoll. Most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, geese like to land up on top of a knoll, like a high spot. Whether it's just because they can see danger further away, whether it's easy for them to land on, however way you want to look at it, most of the time they like to land right there. Now we did have some land in the low spots, which I thought was kind of weird, but there was a few that landed in the low spot on the left, some that landed low on the right. We didn't shoot, we let them go. They've been too hard to shoot, been ringing each other's ears, and so we let a lot of those go. But the ones that we finished right here in the hole and got right over the X-flappers, those are the ones we killed. So we've had a couple good hunts in this field this year, and all we're doing is run traffic. There's a cornfield over there. There's been a few feeding in. Backside over there, it's a huge, basically it's a refuge. He doesn't let anybody hunt. It's all side that's corn down to a cow pond. There's tons of birds in there all the time, and they come from the river, which is back behind us. So what we do is we get underneath of them, we get in their flight path, and we basically make it look like this is where the party's at. This is where the fun's at. And for some reason today, all the buddies wanted to land in the grass and eat alfalfa instead of corn. So we're persuading them. We're trying to get them to do something they don't normally do or want to do. And when you do that, you got to do everything right. You got to have visibility. You got to have motion with your flags, flappers. Your decoys got to be visible. It's not good to pick a field with high corn stubble where they can't see your decoys very well, or set up in a low spot where they have a hard time seeing your decoys either. So, and again, comes to calling. We had 4 or 5 good callers today. Sound like a bunch of geese. You got a bunch of decoys, you got to sound like a bunch of geese. So we'll probably hunt this 1 or 2 more times this year. It's just a good traffic spot. Dogs got to do some work, had some good shooters today. That one big flock came in, we wiped out 10 out of that big flock. Wiped out 10 like out of that whole big flock. That was awesome. So we had a good time. Hopefully that's some tips that'll help you. Decoy wise, you can see behind me, I always have a few strings and walkers coming in. That's just my style, that's what I do. I learned a lot of that from Zink when I was younger, but I always have walkers, make it look like groups of geese just landed and they're walking in there. I don't have all my decoys facing in the wind either. Majority of them will be facing or tilted toward the wind, but all of them are kind of scattered. But the ones that out front look like they just landed there, those ones are facing in the wind because the birds landed in the wind. Looks like they just landed there, heads up, and they're like, okay, is this stuff real? What's going on? And that's where we like the birds to key in and finish, and that's why they're right there on top of the hill as well. So, we had a good day. Go eat some breakfast. Well, probably not. Everybody's got to go to work. It's a weekday, so everybody's got to get to work. So, Mac, did you have fun? Come here, bud. Come here. Get some blood on you. You're a good boy. Doing pretty good for a year and a half. I had to hit the whistle a few too many times, but you did good. Yeah, here's a good boy. All right, let's go.